What's going on, guys? Your favorite nerd, DK, back here with another LC video. Today I'm going to be doing an analysis on V. Basically what I'm using at the moment. A couple of people have asked me, what I'm using, how I'm building him, and I do have a couple of answers today, so I thought I'd just go over it. He is not 100% maxed out yet. I am missing Divinity Slayer, and he is not at 100. He's at 90. You'll see that here shortly. But just to give you a quick thought of what I've been thinking about this collab so far. So the great characters. V is definitely one of the top ones for me as well. But I have this theory on how these characters are being made on this collab. So a little funny theory that I have is that Nero is the easy mode, Dante is like the normal mode, and V is like the hard mode. And the reason why I say that is because Nero, at 50 skill points, he's pretty well built. His kit comes with great stuff to start off with. And I had really no trouble getting him to where he needed to be. And as everybody knows, resources right now are really limited, so people are kind of struggling with that. Dante has a great kit as well. A lot of things are for free, so that you just kind of you basically just add on to the two users, and they just get better and better over time. Where V, I feel like he needs a little TLC. So his kit, in my opinion, is not the greatest to start off with. It's a lot of work. It needs a lot of extra. So, with this kit, you do get a lot of free stuff. And we're not going to actually go over that today because, you can't see that in his skill board. But I will go over what is useful and how to increase his ability board. So just to kind of go over what I have so far, as you can see, this is what I'm running right now. So his free kit is MP up max, which is, I will get to that in a moment. It's actually a really important thing on there, as long as some other things, but I am running attack up because he is not a magic user. He doesn't get any kind of boost from dark mega boosts. I've tested that. I haven't seen it pop up. His stuff really relies on dark crit and dark attack crit raise. And if I don't even have that. I'm not just sure if it's already in an arc, but maybe we'll get in the future if I don't already have it. Maybe that's an arc that I missed out on. I don't know. I'm only missing a couple. And also he has his, what is it called? Dark attack raise. Now those are going to be the most beneficial for this kit. As you can see, I don't have it equipped and I'll get to that here in a second. So he does only start with 20 skill points, and then you increase the cost based on unit souls and mother souls. So as you can see, I try to spread them out between Nero and V because those are the main characters I'm going out to right now. So his kit, it's okay. His free kit is okay. So he has Fighting Spirit, which just does increase his attack and HP by 8%. He does have his MP up max. This is actually great, and I'll explain to you why here in a second. He does have Shadow Protection. This is a chance to reduce physical damage taken to 0, which is awesome. Illusion, chance for evading a physical attacks, pretty basic. Stun Research and Illness Research. So this is basically, these have a regular attacks have a chance to inflict stun, and then his regular attacks have a chance to inflict illness. Stun is so important, y'all. If you fight somebody with someone that has like a stun weakness, it completely immobilizes them, which means it gives you your other characters time to just DPS the crap out of him, and that's amazing. There's a lot of controversy going on with Corrosion Fang, and I'll get to that in a second, but just to kind of give you guys a heads up, this is the probability to debuff enemies during normal attacks, so physical attacks do 20% damage. At 7 SC, I feel like that's a little costly. Now I'm not saying I'm not going to use that, but I'm definitely going to use it much later. I foresee using it when I'm having at least 70, then I'll probably have enough skill points to use for that. So I'm not going to be using that right now, just as of right now, because I only have, as you see here, I only have him at 41. So I won't be using that right now. I do have Fast Brave and Fast Crit because he doesn't come with anything like that. There's nothing to increase his tech. There's nothing to increase his crit. There's nothing to increase his magic. It's kind of a weird kit, and that's why I say he's like a very hard character, because his kit just does. It's really bare. It's really bare. As you can see, I do want to do a dark attack raise, but it's 11 points, and that's costly, so I can't use that right now. Spirit Breath, Recover SET with HP regenerates is a free. Goddess Kiss. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me. Regular attacks have a chance to absorb 2% MP. So, with that said, Sharp Eyes is super beneficial. So what Sharp Eyes, I'm going to kind of skip over here for a second. What Sharp Eyes does, it is a skill cost of 9, but for each attack consumes 3% MP plus 50% damage. Guys, he's constantly gaining MP, 2%, and then he also comes with that MP boost. So I have yet to run out of MP fighting or using Sharp Eyes, so he's honestly constantly getting that 50% increase, and his attack is so fast. His basic attack is so fast that you just constantly rebuilding, and it's crazy because his normal attack actually can inflict stun, and we'll get to that too as well. So going back to his kit, so we do have Spirit Breath, Goddess Kiss, Blood Force. This is pretty cool. Regular attacks have a chance to absorb and 20% HP. Awesome. You really can't go wrong with just stealing HP. You really can't. So not only is that working with everything else, but Blood Force is also working with, where is it at? And I think I'm using it right now. Where are you? Where are you? Give me 1 second, guys. I had it here. I believe it is Pride. Yeah, increased strength at max HP. Now, Pride, the thing is when you're constantly stealing HP and then you have Proud Force on, you're constantly gaining HP per attack. So Pride at 4 cost is insane because it utilizes Blood Force so well. So you're I yet to even run out of HP unless I get hit really hard, and we'll go over that as well. So this kit is all, I've done a lot of research as far as what I've been doing. A lot of this is just self-taught. I kind of stay away from Reddit and all those other pages. I like to figure things out on my own. So this is just what I've come up with so far. Of course, he does have Terra Melt and Terra Melt 2 for free. Now these are too costly. They're a little costly, but these are two of my favorite skills that you get. So Terra Melt is a 20% increase in damage to status ailment, which he inflicts like no other. It's insane what he can do. And then another 30%. So that's a total of 50%. So you got 50% stacked on when you do ailments, and then you have another 50% with your MP that you're constantly restoring. So quick play, I love this. Movement speed up, battle start, recover 5 seconds of all skills. So, you know, guys, I'm a big fan of skill charge 1, 2, and 3, which I can't afford just yet. And that's another, I'm getting there. As you can see, even at 40, I can't utilize them to his fullest. So therefore, I would have to use pretty much every Mother Soul, every unit soul to get him to where I want him to be. And that's why I say he's a very hard character, not in the sense of using him, but building him. It's work. It is work if you don't have the resources. So piercing, this is actually a good one. Physical attacks have a chance to greatly reduce enemy defenses. It's always great. Trigger Heart, I like this a lot. Special they cause crit, and they also have a special damage of plus 30. It's part of his kit. It is free. Decoy, this is nice because Awaken is pretty expensive. For this one, is first time HP reaches 0, automatically revive and recover some HP. That's cool. I actually haven't tested to see how many times you can do that, because I know there's a revive ring or revive necklace, earrings, whatever inside my accessories. So I will test that out later. And I've already explained Sharp Eyes. So we have Death God. Physical attacks have a chance to deal instant death, which has happened, and it kind of messes me up when I'm trying to farm, or because I actually use him for a farming method, and he kind of kills everybody sometimes. But it actually really is pretty useful in just kind of random fights. Actually, for the level grinding, it actually works really well. So I have done a couple of instant kills. Paranoia, when giving new status ailment to an enemy, recover a little SCT. Very useful. As you can see, everything that I'm saying here, it's kind of all supporting. Nothing's actually making him stronger. You have to build him. So. And we all know building is super costly. So right now what I am running is all the attacks, because like I said, he doesn't do magic. He has dark combo attacks. So the attacks have a dark attribute. I just want to make that clear. Some people have been asking me about that. Magic up. Now there is a reason why I will be using magic up through max when I get this maxed out, at least as much as I can, because of this one skill that he does have. And it is called, I never could say this right, Thaumaturgy Ring. Now what this does is the higher the magical power, the more powerful the physical attack. So guys, you want to increase that magic to get that attack boost. So the more magic he has, the more he can pull from that skill, and the more damage you're going to do overall. So this is not going to benefit your, you know, what is it, darkness, or not darkness, but, you know, gravity or whatever those magic attacks are. Don't put them on the kit. It's useless. So what you're doing is you're buffing the character based on his magic, I guess, stat, and then that's going to reflect your attack. So I also have Fighting Spirit, critical up 1, critical up 2, and then aim bottles, because that's all I can afford right now. As you can see, even at 40, I can't even put on Proud Force. This is, and guard. I'm using guard because I only have 1 point left. So enough of that overview. For equipment, so here's another thing that I want to talk about. So like I said, he's an attack user. He really is, but he's a distant attack user. So you want that high attack, but you also want that magic. And what I found useful, because his S1 is, I believe, electric based, so the bolt cannon is actually going to benefit me the most at this moment. I will be running dual wield on him. I'm going to 100% try, because that cane in that shop is a very important weapon. I'm most likely going to be choosing that over all of them. I'm not going to say what to choose, but I'm definitely going to say think about what you're going for as a build and your team overall, and that's what I would base that over. So right now, bolt cannon. So it has a 210 attack and then a magic of 165. That Thaumaturgy Ring is going to pull that 165 and merge it into the attack, because it's part of his stats. I won't be running this armor or robe. It does have right now I'm using it because it does have a boost in his magic, so it does benefit me. There's rarely any robes that will have an attack like that. But since I'm concentrating so much on his attack, I will have some defense boosts as well to add to my character. And that's actually why this is on right now, because I am grinding for level right now, so I need to make sure he stays alive. So I am running this robe so that I can do an increase in magic of 60, magic defense of 120, and then an 82 physical damage. Now the accessories I'm using is white beast feather. This is going to be a increase to his health, magic defense, and defense, but there's actually one major reason why I use this, and I'll explain to you why here in a second. He is less likely to be targeted by enemies, chance to auto guard. So what that means is they have him as labeled as a sniper. I didn't even know that until I actually looked at it. I thought he was a sorcerer at first, but he is a sniper. He's less likely to be targeted by enemies, so therefore and this game is, they have a multiplayer, the arena, but it's AI controlled. It's AI controlled. So this stat is going to be based off that AI. So when I have this on, it should tell the AI to leave him alone, but at a percentage. So since he's in the back doing stuff, that is what this shines the most. So he's back there stunning, causing ailments, throwing attacks down the map, helping out. He's a full-on support unit and also has a great damage output. All right, so that's why I'm using that. Like I said, all this has been well thought out by me. If someone else has, another opinion on this, dude, shoot it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I want to hear people's builds and how they're doing things, because it might strike something to me and I'm like, oh, I'll use that. So the next thing I'm using is Hidden Treasure. Now, guys, I don't know why I'm using this, but look at the stats. Strength plus 35, magic plus 35, defense plus 35, magic defense plus 35. You can't get any better than that. All right. So now that we're done with talking about him, Mr. V. So as you can see, I have him at level 90. By the end of tonight, I will have him at 100. Stats there are going to be based on what I have so far. I still can't believe he's a sniper. But enough of that. I have him at Awaken 3, and I'm only missing 2 on the ability board. Now, I have not bought these yet, because you guys know resources are insane right now. But I don't need this right now. It's not important, especially at the cost. Physical attacks effective against gods, dragon spirits, and the undead. We rarely fight gods. We rarely fight dragons. I don't see too many spirits, and undead, I think it's only on some occasions, like the end game bosses and a couple levels. So it's not so important to where I need it immediately, but I do like to max everything out. The next thing I am missing, and I believe it is something pretty simple. Oh, I think it's no, it's not stun research. What am I missing? Oh my God. Never mind, guys. I'm only missing one. So, yeah. So only missing one is Kit. Divinity Slayer was the last one I needed, and like I said, it just wasn't necessary, so I just held off on it. All right, guys. So now on to what we're gonna talk about as far as the character goes. So we're gonna go into the world map. One of my favorite spots to go to is actually one of my favorite grinding spots as well. It isn't a low level area. These guys do inflict stun. It is a little challenging, and that's why I like to test it out. Actually, yeah, I do all my testing on here actually. So if you guys actually want to do your testing here as well, and we're gonna ignore that. So Mordana, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on hard just for the heck of it. Right, see the level over here is 85, so it's not something I'm just showing you like, oh, he's playing a lower level. No, I like to test it out at a little bit of a higher level. We're gonna go ahead and put no support. And okay, another thing, arcs. So with him, same thing. He has a strong attack. You want to get an arc with a strong magic attack and strong attack. So two options that I haven't done full research on this, but right now after looking, just because I do not have fast skills like to increase the time limit of the skill charges. There we go. I'm using something that helps me use, whenever I do use a skill, it helps me get more damage based on that. So right here, this is the arc I like to use right now, and I'm only using it based on stats. You see the first attack magic, that doesn't benefit me, but the stats are what I'm using for testing right now. As you can see, the strength goes to 395 and his magic goes to 456, and it does have a nice defense and magic defense boost, and then a little HP boost. So this overall is how I'm testing out V, because of that Thumering. It does pull stats from, I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken, it will pull his overall stat from this arc and merge it into his attack power. And then also the next one I use is From Zero. Now, like I said, guys, I have not tested every arc. It's a lot of work to do to read every single one, but I just wanted to get this video out there so that you guys can kind of see how I'm doing things, and maybe you guys can do some tests for yourself and have some fun. So this is an SCT recovery speed of 10%, skill damage plus 20%. So this is going to increase his S1, 2, 3 by 20%, and then also increases the speed because I'm not running skill charges, so I am testing this one out as well. And as you can see, stats here are great. But here's where the problem is with this one. It does suffer from magic, so I'm not using this one 100%. I do, when I was first using him, I was starting with this one because of the high defense boost and the high strength boost, but now that I have him at his magic at as high as I can make it, I'm going to go ahead and use the previous arc I showed you. So I most likely will be switching this arc out once I figure something else out, but this is just, like I said, to show you what to look for and when you're building your character, and you guys should definitely have some fun with this. Do the research, have some fun, play with it, like, play with the character and see how it works out for you guys. So I'll go ahead and start this quest. Alright, so as you can see, his main attack right here, he instantly costs, and here's a cool thing, I love taking control of this character. Now when you're doing your attacks, because like I said, I don't have skill charge, so I have to give this a second. When you're doing it, he can't get stunned either, and these guys can stun you. So when you're doing your attacks, make sure that you're locking on. Don't spam these attacks. You want to put that one in, let's say if you have a good crowd there going in the center, you want to make sure you target that crowd, because these are AoE, as you can see there, 1299. I hit max damage on that. So like I said, you don't I know I see some people just kind of throwing that S1 out. No, put it in front, hit them all. You want to hit as many as you can in that path. Same thing goes, and this is what you want to do with all his attacks. Switch. You see you have an abundance here of enemies. Go ahead and hit that. And hit them all. Even the guy on the far left there, it hit him. As you can see, I am getting max damage with just 41 skill points. So it is very possible to not spend so many resources on him. And guillotine as well. Check this out. Just murders. And it's got such a strong AoE attack. And here's another thing. So as you can see, every time I use this, I lose MP. But I also get MP. I lose MP there because I have sharp eyes. But then with his not his S1, but his base attack, because of Goddess Kiss, I'm constantly getting that back. And since when I have Pride on, since I'm staying at such a high HP and it's not moving, getting that increased damage as well. Look at that. So guys, it is very possible to get this with just 40. I want to do more, and I am. So as you can see, even when I get him to 80, he's gonna be just amazing. Get them all at once. Alright, so now that we can see like what his skills are doing, let's go ahead and use his actual abilities here. So we have Book. I love this new update. It tells you before you do it. I love this. Temporarily take 35% damage and deal physical damage plus 50. Guys, an extra 50% damage. So what that means is that you're going to take 35% damage, but you're going to recover that because of the blood force. You're stealing the HP, and if you have proud force, every crit you're stealing HP. There's no downfall to this. There's no downfall to this. We're gonna go ahead and get that. We're gonna get that extra recovery rate. We're gonna go ahead and get that extra damage, and we're gonna do this again. Target that first one. Target that first one again. And we're gonna go ahead and do this. Yes. And then we'll go ahead and finish the rest off right here. As you can see, guys, 41 skill points doing this at a level 85 on hard. Alright, now we're going to go into the third method. So, he has an ability called Annula Mouth. So now we're going to cast Book, get that increase. Then we're going to cast Annula Mouth. Now, Annula Mouth decreases status ailment resistance for all enemies. Fun. Go ahead and hit that. We're going to go ahead and just... I can get interrupted. And then we're going to push him back. And then we're going to guillotine him. So guys, as you can see, I'm nowhere near what this potential is. But it is work. And at the end it will pay off. Alright, so we're all coming down to we're actually doing this because we're going to get down, usually at this last level I'm able to do my special. The boss here doesn't like to flinch, so I kind of have to keep him steady. And this, it's kind of crazy because this bot, yep, he stunned me. Oh no, no, no. I think I have that awaken ability where I get hit. Since it is just me on the board, yes, it is just me on the board, so I can't pull everybody's attention. So we're gonna go ahead and do his S4. Really cool animation, guys. And it's just gonna dominate. I'm not gonna get full stats out of that just yet. Probably gonna die here, honestly. It's okay. I wasn't paying attention too much, so. But there's the possibility that I'll be able to... Nope, I died. I actually have soloed this plenty of times, but I just wasn't paying attention enough because I was too busy explaining stuff. So, one more time, let's just go ahead and give up. And we're going to do it again. And this time I'm going to go ahead and activate everything at once on the first round, just so you can see what kind of damage we can get. And then hopefully we can end on a high note here. So we're gonna go ahead and just continue that. And he, like I say, he's not even at 100 yet. So, you know, stats are gonna be increased. Damage will be done. Alright. So we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and do book. Believe it or not, that's the first time I've ever seen him get stunned. So that was interesting. And since this is the first round, I don't have my skill charge. This is a little tax. You see, guys, max damage all the way around on that one. And now it looks like someone blind. No. So we have him right here. Let's go ahead and clear this out by targeting that center and pushing them all back. He also has that damage absorption, so sometimes I can get a 0 cost. You see. Yep, dead. And then we'll go ahead and just finish him off real quick. And look at that stun, guys. That stun is insane. Alright. So that's actually... oh yeah, one more thing, guys. Let's go ahead and retire this real quick. So I really hope that this was beneficial to you guys. I hope that this helps you in building your V characters. I've spent a lot of time, you know, getting all that stuff, and his board was super difficult to rank up, but I finally got it done today. But another thing before we go, his trading space weapon. Let's talk about that for a second. So this is a non-free weapon. You will have to pay for this, but in my opinion, I feel like it's very worth it because I'll be running dual wield. So he already has a chance to stun, do ailments to people, but this thing is just icing on the cake. So for this thing, is regular attacks have a chance to inflict poison, blind, silence, cure, curse, illness, and or stun. When defeating an enemy, recover 5 seconds. You can't get any better than that. With the strength of 51, a magic of 176, and then a magic defense of 74. Like I said, he only benefits partially from that magic, or who knows, maybe it does. I feel like it only pulls a certain percentage from there, but anything to help out the attack. So I definitely, if you were only able to pull V, definitely this is kind of a no-brainer. Try to grab this weapon. If you're able to pull all three like I did, yeah, it's difficult. I would not go for any of the coats. Nero does not need a coat. You're running dual wield on him. You should be running dual wield. The only thing I would probably pull would be Dante's Devil Sword and V's Cane. I would definitely stay away from the coats. Even V's coat, I believe stats for this when revived. Yeah, although that is a great trait to have, I just don't feel like it's that worth it. Because you are spending your own money. But hey, if you spend all the money, by all means, go for it. Do you, man. And that's what's great about this game. You can just do what you want to do. So as far as everything else goes, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this helps, you know, you guys out as far as building this guy. And this is my first time doing this with my whole face and all this stuff. So I'm trying to up the quality every time, you know, I do a new video. But I've had a great time doing this, and you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.